to lose 17 homies, that's unheard of.
That's their whole hood. That's their whole.
No, that'll kill a hood right now. If somebody goes and kills 17 homies in 1 year, a lot of hoods will be like, we're done. This is insane.
Yeah. It's too much. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like, y antes las gangs pues estaban deep.
Yes.
No matter what, you know, you know, mataban un homie, but it didn't, I don't think it affected us. It wasn't like, nah, I'm gonna stop gangbanging. That's it. It was like, it's even more. Yeah. It gave you more incentive. Like, now it's like, oh, nah, fuck those fools.
The area you came was one of the most violent areas in Los Angeles, right? I mean, it seems like the murder rate in your area was, I mean, it was off the charts, man. In like from 87, 88 to the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And how much of that did you experience? Did you see yourself, like, firsthand?
I think all of it. I think I've mentioned this before. In 91, mataron 17 homies in 1 year.
That's insane, homie. That's insane.
But every year mataban como 13, 12, 15. Like it like little, you know, little graph or whatever, it go up and down. But I think 91 was the biggest, like 17 homies in 1 year.
And how did, I mean, when you were young, did you think, because now as you're older, you have a daughter, you have kids.
Yeah.
That's like, dude, that's a lot of lives.
Yeah.
Back then you weren't seeing it like that at all?
I don't think so. I think we're so deep. We're just so deep que se murió un homie, and then we'll be at this funeral and everybody's like, you know, having a good
part
time.
Of the program, right?
Yeah, and then luego ya, you go get back, and then back to normal program, and then porque like in my hood, honestly, like I could just drive you and be like, ahí mataron a un homie, ahí mataron tres, because I always remember que, pues you know how Mexicans, how we do, we just candles,
y todo.
Yeah, ponen like where a fool dies, there's some shit right there, you know,
right.
Little picture, a little something, you know,
a memorial for them.
Yeah, a little memorial for them. So I've seen those everywhere.
Wow.
Around the hood, you know.
You just become desensitized to that, like it wasn't really hurting you as much anymore.
I think so. I mean, you know, when you're out there, you're just out there. I don't know if you might. I mean, I think if it's your boy, you're close.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna feel something.
Yeah, but I think the longer you go on it, the more, it's almost like you're just in war and.
Yeah, and then like you know, you kind of strategize. You start like, you know, like, yeah, you're like hip to it, you know, because I remember there was this one time, right? There was this thing they called the party line. I don't even remember it. You would call this number.
Of course.
Hang up and
gangbang the party. Meet me over here.
Yeah,
you're trying to pick up some chicks.
So you would like hang up and redial hasta que you just enter the party line, right? Ya entrabas. Y ya, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, 10 to 10 people in there.
Yeah, of course.
And everybody had like a persona, like, hey, what's
up, loco?
Yeah, homie. And then, you hear a female's voice. It's like catfishing fools, right? Puro catfishing fools. Y I remember like being on there, like, you know, being young and, man, telling them, look, tonight we're gonna be right there on 28th and Bolan, right in the apartments. Caile.
Come through, yeah.
And fools would come through. And we wait for them. It was like a sport.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a sport.
Yes.
But you know, we seen some we seen homies die, like some gruesome shit where we pull up and, you know, like una vez okay, so we used to kick it on we had Harpies, we had a gang of spots. And then,
how many different cliques did you guys have?
Okay, look, Harpies, because there's dudes that are just from Harpies.
Okay.
But and then there's Dead End. And then the Dead End split up into the Dukes, the Tokers, Tiny Locals, Little Towns. Like they break up into like that. But and the hood is the hood. You could. Yeah,
but the hood is the hood. But how many different spots? Like, in other words, I'm gonna go to the Dead Ends. The Dead Ends is over here.
Yeah. They
had to be different parts of the hood, right?
They had that. There was a spot when se juntaban todos los chicos, but like there was certain of us that we could go to any spot because we grew up with a lot of them. So I could go to the chicos and kick it with the chicos all day, and then let's go to the Tokers, and then we'll go to the Tokers.
How big of an area did you guys have?
And these times we're from Washington all the way to Figueroa.
How many blocks is
No,
that?
no, no. From Washington all the way to King. That's a big ass chunk.
Okay.
And then from like Normandy, and then in some parts like Western, all the way to Figueroa.
What surrounded your guys' neighborhood as far as other gangs?
Like on one side we had like enemies. We had King Boulevard 18
Okay.
right there where the King Swami was at. Those a little area. They had those apartments right inside the Coliseum. One was a big 1 and the other one was a big 8. Like, but this is when
Huge. That's what they.
all the gangs would do big. Like this shit was like, it was like Taggers.
It was competition because the taggers got into the hoods and then they
Yeah.
said,
So
"All right."
like, man, we'll do this fat tips and we'll write.
Who had the biggest placazos in the area out there? Let's say the top 3 throwing the big old placazos out there.
You know what? Man, I don't want to like sound like fucking, you know, like.
Well, this is just your opinion.
I think us and 18 because just the way the hood was laid out. See, antes ahí en la pura, ahorita it's a Rouse on Vermont and Adams.
Right.
Pero antes ahí era un big ass lot. And that wall was big. It was like a 2-story wall. So the homies would do big ass colored in Harpy spelled out the whole
You
wall.
guys get ladders? How'd you guys do
Yeah,
that?
ladders, all that shit. You know,
Pónganse a trabajar,
Yeah,
cabrones.
pinches rollers, and then you do the shading with the spray cans.
Harpy's Painting Company.
Yeah,
homeboy.
man, and 18 was like that too. You know, I mean, but man, I think every gang because
Rockwood used to throw some big old placazos
Rockwood
too.
had like the illest shit. Their shit was like
They were banging, right?
man,
With their shit?
their writing was next level. You know, and then Burlington was another gang that their writing was like. They had to like, you know, and we would experience this when we would go gangbanging and we would see shit like, damn.
Even though you're hating on them, like, that shit's fucking badass.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
right?
So it'd be like, I mean, I don't come back with a fucking fire extinguisher and, you know.
It was busting your eye, big old
yeah,
placazos
yeah.
you're supposed
No,
to do.
it was. So, I mean, so like I'm saying, we had the King Boulevards on this side,
Yes.
and luego un poquito más. On the other side of Manuel estaban los 1854. I think they're tiny locals.
Right.
On the other side of us, we had the Hoover locals, that whole like Pico Union area.
Right, okay.
And then like right behind us, we had the Drifters, the 23rds. Arribita, por la Pico estaban los otros Drifters, I think they're 12th Street Drifters.
Right.
Estaban los Easy Riders arribita de nosotros. Y luego atrás de nosotros hay otros Easy Riders. On the backside, like on Western, para atrás.
I mean, you guys had a good chunk because a lot of those hoods.
They have little.
Yeah, dude.
little,
Every you go to another block, you gangbang with
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Us, we had a big chunk. We had USC, we had the Village, so we had our own movie theaters.
But even with that big chunk, you guys still took a lot of casualties.
No, we took a lot of casualties.
But you guys also gave it back because you guys had a bunch of homies getting busted as well.
Yeah. A gang of the homies were just like we were.
It was war, dude.
It was war. It was war.
I think some people don't realize how bad it really was. But when you say you lost 17 homies, was it 17?
Yeah.
In 91?
91.
That's insane. That's an insane amount of number. And some people who don't really know you, Conejo, they'll think you're lying. Because they think
It's all right.
because they think it's like today. But a hood today to lose 17 homies, that's unheard of.
That's their whole hood. That's their whole. Yeah.
No, that'll kill a hood right now. If
Yeah.
somebody goes and kills 17 homies in 1 year, a lot of hoods will be like, we're done. This is insane.
Yeah. It's too much. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like, y antes las gangs pues estaban deep.
Yes.
No matter what, you know, you know, yeah, mataban un homie, but it didn't, I don't think it
was a
affected
cycle,
us. It
yeah.
wasn't like, nah, I'm gonna stop gangbanging. That's it. It was like, it's even more.
Yeah.
It's give you more incentive. Like, now it's like, oh, nah, fuck those fools.